in order for a marriage to last, like you said, you have to go through things. And, no, it's not going to be all at once, you know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be like, okay, yeah, we got over this and, nothing else is ever supposed to happen. It's like, no, if you want longevity in your marriage, things are going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to struggle. You're going to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be all of those different points to where, like at some point you ain't going to like each other. Y'all ain't going to want to be around each other. You know what I'm saying? But the love that you have for that person should always bring you back and make you want to fight through that.
Right.
Whether that be, just emotional state, financial state, mental state, whatever. Like, it should always make you want to fight for that person, with that person in order to make it last.
Yeah. And then, having kids adds more to, it should add more to you to want to work at it.
Right.
I mean, I know kids eventually leave or whatever, but if they're young, they need both parents. You know what I'm saying? They need their mom, they need their dad. They get things from both.
Right.
And if now I understand, like, there's people have like real big issues, like abuse, like physical abuse.
Right.
And with that, it's just kind of like, and that's why I was saying, it's just like, that's somebody who's not in Christ.
Right.
That doesn't, if they're being that abusive and they beating you, that's because they're lost.
Right.
They're completely lost.
Yeah,
if you feel like you have to sit there and abuse your child or your spouse, and you are a lost person and you need help.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way I feel like that can fix that.
Right.
Obviously there's, what's causing you to sit here and beat on somebody?
You have some type of deep-rooted anger, like, like you need to get help. And, that also comes with accountability, like, to be wanting to make that change. But that comes from the individual, because you can't force anybody to change. They have to want to change themselves as well.
Yeah, that's why I be like, I don't understand sometimes how, like, now I don't like I'm saying, like, I don't understand how some women will get married with somebody who's been abusing them.
Right.
It's like, why did you even put yourself in that position?
Right.
To where now you're married, now you kind of have, you know what I'm saying? But
now you stuck.
But that just goes right back to my point. It's just like, that's somebody who's lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But, going back to, the kids, I do think that, the conversation about kids needs to happen before marriage, before,
right, yeah.
Because you have to make sure that as parents, like, if this, just say it is somebody who, you sat there and thought about, I want to spend the rest of my life with, but you still have to have that conversation, because y'all have to be on the same page when it comes to being a parent. You know what I'm saying? To being parents, like, you have to acknowledge each other's role and what comes along with that, and being, like I said, being on the same page. Because if you have one parent that's that feels different, thinks different, then
it's gonna cause problems between you two.
Exactly. So that's a conversation that definitely needs to be had early on, because that will definitely put strain, extra strain on the marriage. Rather than just regular stuff that husband and wife go through on a regular basis.
Exactly.
So
and when you have a parent that's gonna be like, no, it's okay, you go ahead, and then there's another another person like, no, I said no, and they did this, and if y'all kind of going against each other, the kid is gonna notice it, see it, and know that, oh, well, I'm gonna go to my mom because she allowed me, or I'm gonna go to my dad because they allow it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna automatically side with the parent who allows them to do what they want,
Right.
because they want to do, and then that's where the anger and the animosity, and the jealousy, honestly, because, as a parent, regardless to what the situation is, you don't ever want to be the parent that your child doesn't like, what I'm saying? And then you see the relationship with the other parent is just like all, lovey-dovey and everything. You start to have resentment. You start, what I'm saying, towards your spouse, and then that can, just branch off into like a whole other, into a number of different things. And so it's like you definitely have to be on the same page, when it comes to, having kids, because it's completely like
I like sometimes people like don't understand, be like, oh, well, did you talk to your dad first? Did you talk to your mama? What she tell you?
Exactly.
Because I ain't gonna go against what she said.
Exactly. Oh,
you ain't spoke to your mom yet? Well, let me talk to her first, and we'll make a decision together. That's how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not only the kids that don't understand that. Like, a lot of people who don't have that same mindset, like even other married people, that don't have the same mindset. Like, what I'm saying, like with me, for example, if I get invited somewhere, I'm like, I'm gonna talk to my husband, and I'll, let me talk to husband, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's my go-to for everything.
And the thing that people think is just like, oh, you got to check in.
Yeah, you got to check in. Oh, is he giving you permission? Like, it's out of respect.
We just have respect for one another. It's like, all right, I'm going to be like, yeah. And then, you know what happened to me before is that I've said yeah before, not knowing that we already had plans. See? You know what I'm saying? So I messed myself up in that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, you know what? I ain't doing that no more. I gotta check in and see what's going on. We might, because I'll be forgetting sometimes. Yeah. Where we make plans, or I have to go do something. And then, or just the basic fact of just having respect for one another. Just like, hey, I'm about to go do this, or is it cool? With this or with that. Because sometimes depending on where they invite you to. They may not like it, what I'm saying, and that's just it goes both ways.
Exactly, and and that's something that a lot of people don't understand. It's like just because it's different, and everybody's relationship is different. Some people don't feel like they have to. Some people don't. What I'm saying, and look at the people who do that in a different type of way, like, oh, like you said, like, oh, you gotta check in, like,
yeah,
what I'm saying? It's like, I do have to check in.
Check in, man.
Like, I do check in with my husband.
Something happened to me, or something, I want my wife to pull up if something going down.
Right, exactly, for real. My husband needs to know who I'm with, where I'm at, like, what I'm saying.
What if they trying to pin something on me?
Exactly, like,
oh no, you was over here, no.
But just like you said, like, it's just out of respect. Like, we have that respect for each other. Like, we not just gonna sit here and
you know what, to be honest, it's not even worth the fight. It's not even worth the fight. Like, what like, just to prove a point? Like, man,
right,
get out of here with all that, man.
Like,
I'd rather just be, because I gotta go home to you.
Exactly.
Like, we gotta be cool. We gotta maintain this relationship.
Exactly, because that relationship ain't gonna always be there. You know what I'm saying? That relationship ain't going through everything it is that we going through and dealing with what it is that we dealing with on a regular basis. Like, and I'm not gonna sit up here and mess up what we got for one night.
Right.
Like, it makes no sense. Like, and that goes beyond, like, what I'm saying, like, not even just the communication or, like, going somewhere. That's just in general. Like, I'm not messing up what it is that we have, or putting what we have at jeopardy, in jeopardy for one, what I'm saying?
Like I said,
like,
it's not worth it.
It's not worth it at all. Like, what I'm saying? Like, we know what we have. We know the importance of what we have, what I'm saying? So it's like, don't be mad at us, what I'm saying? Because because that's how we rock. Like, we ain't saying nothing about, hey, you ain't gotta check in. All right, good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had somebody, oh yeah, see, I don't have that problem. it's not a problem for me to check in with my husband.
Well,
Let me make that. No.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I had to let that be known real quick. Like, oh yeah, I don't have that problem. It's not a problem for me to check in with my husband.
Right.
That's what it is that we do. We check in with each other as husband and wife. So please don't get it mistaken, because it's not a problem. It may be a problem for you because you're not in the same situation, so you don't have the same mindset.
And it just, it makes you feel better too. Like even going somewhere, knowing that you good.
Yep.
Y'all good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about nothing. Like you feel better. You know what I'm saying? There's people who go out and don't even answer their phone while
they turn off their location. And that's another thing. Oh, I don't share my location. Like, please, my husband gonna know where I'm at, and you can say whatever it is that you want to say about it. Oh, he tracking. Yep, he is tracking me, because if somebody try to take me, or you know what I'm saying, something happened to me, my husband know.
You never know,
exactly.
Man.
My husband know exactly where I'm at.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
Or just have that thing where, like, let's throw that whole checking in out the window. Like,
exactly.
That's dumb.
Like, that's your husband. That is your wife. It ain't no checking in. It's called communication. Yeah. It's called communication, and it's called respect.
Yeah. That's what it is.
And it's just but that's the whole thing. And, people get caught up on, I don't know if, the new generation really understands what it takes to make a marriage work. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they do. And, it's...
I would say this. If they don't know how to stay in a relationship with their boyfriends and girlfriends, don't jump into marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to date first. Date. Because that's how you get to know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying to have sex and all of that. What I'm saying is just... You got to get to know who you about to marry.
Exactly, because that what is it? That switch will flip real quick, and it goes on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like people be acting like they are, this and that and the third, and then once they got you locked in, it's all it's completely, it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's two completely different people, and it's and then you sitting there like. This ain't the same person.
And if it ain't the same person and you married, y'all gotta make it work.
Yes.
That's the whole thing. Y'all gotta make it work.
Because it's and that's the whole thing, is just so quick to divorce. You know what I'm saying? And and that's the thing. It's of course we're not saying to just put up with being abused and beat and disrespected and not saying that. But what I am saying is, like we said from the beginning, marriages are going to go through things. People change, you know what I'm saying? Things happen to people individually. Nobody is perfect, so everybody is going to go through the motions, you know what I'm saying? And in a relationship, you going through the motions, as individuals, as husband and wife, and then if you add kids into it as well, it's a whole different ball game.
To be honest, it's like, if you haven't been married and you go into marriage, it's your first time being married.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't know how to be a husband. You really don't know how to be a wife. So there's a lot of mistakes that's going to happen.
Exactly.
You just gotta
learn from it and grow from it.
Learn from each other.
Mm-hmm. And listen to each other, communicate, and and take accountability. That's the thing. Take accountability and actually make the effort to make the changes for each other, to be better for each other. No, it's not going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be easy.
And you're never going to get everything out of the person that you're married to.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't going to get everything that you want.
Exactly, because there's no perfect person. So everybody is going to lack something.
Yeah.
Everybody is going to lack something. You know what I'm saying? But if you got 80%, you better keep that 80%, because there is no 100% person.
No.
There is no 100% person. You are going to get at least 80% out of somebody. Right. And don't throw that 80 away for that 20. Don't throw that 80 away for that 20. at 20 that look good, because that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what you ain't getting in the relationship. And then that's grass ain't greener on the other side.
It ain't. What they say, you gotta water the grass so it can grow.
Water your own grass.
You can't, water the grass you got. So basically, pour into it.
Yep, pour into what it is that you have.
Yeah.
And watch it flourish.
Yeah.
You know?
And even then, it's not going to be perfect.
Exactly. It might be, you know, a little off here and there. But, you know, it's
some patches over here.
You know, little dark patches, little dry patches over there. Little, you know what I'm saying? They ain't growing quite right. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple of weeds coming through. Hey, but we found the weeds ain't always bad, right?
Some weeds is good.
Some weeds is good. You know, them dandelions, they be sitting there telling us the dandelions is bad. Pull the dandelions out. Nah, dandelions is a weed. Dandelions is good for you. So, yeah. But yeah, you just gotta know. You just gotta put, you know, get with somebody that is going to put as much effort into you as you are going to put into them. And it's hard to find. It is. It's hard to find, apparently.